What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another episode of The Rundown. We missed you guys, but we are back. I'm hiding behind Loki here. I might move him in a second. But we're back to talk episode 4 and episode 5. I can't wait to talk about these. It feels like forever. I had to rewatch them. Anthony, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, it's good to be back again. I had a great week, I guess. I received a couple of things: RoboCop, WandaVision. No, not WandaVision. Oh yeah, WandaVision, Wanda, President Loki, and best of all,
Nice.
the clock was turned back an hour, so now it's 22:30 or 35 instead of 23:35. So I'm actually
Yes.
awake this time.
Yes. You know what that means often? 3-hour streams. Let's go. No. I'm glad. I'm happy for you. I'm
Yeah,
happy for you that it
makes
saves you a nap.
so much difference, dude. Yeah.
Makes a big difference. Makes a big difference. Well, I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to talk about because we haven't really talked about what we both have thought. You dodged my question yesterday. I messaged him yesterday and I said, "So are we on the same page? Where are we at?" I want to know what he's thinking. He doesn't tell me. He leaves it for the show. That's professionalism, guys. That's professionalism. So I'm excited to hear. The reactions are real. I'm excited to hear what you think. But we are going to start with episode 4. We've got 10 pictures for episode 4. Then we're going to move on to episode 5. As I know that might be more fresh in each of your guys' minds. There's nothing we can do about it. We're going to talk about 4 first. I watched episode 4 and 5
wouldn't
yesterday.
mind
Just
3 slides for episode 4 and the rest episode 5, to be honest.
How dare you? You cannot discount the epicness of that episode just because it was a week ago, sir.
Watch me do that, dude.
Oh, we're going to fight. I'm not ready for this. I was expecting... I feel hurt, guys. I was ready for him to have liked the episode, and now he's going to hurt my feelings. Even often
My score
agrees.
5 out of 5. So that's going to be the problem for John. John always has a +1 on the score.
I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
John's,
Well, before...
John's our Ted Lasso. John is my Ted Lasso.
Oh man,
And I was
we
Roy
love
Kent.
that show. We smashed that show. We've already smashed it and started it again. I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it. Well, look, let's check in on the chat. Let's see who's here before we get into episode 4, which you're going to give a 5 out of 5 to. We got AJ stopping through, brother, channel member, pass on through to say hi. Another secret mission. Damn. Hope all is well and everyone is absolutely loving the show like I am. I'm with you, AJ. Thanks for stopping through, brother. You're there, man. Of course. Boom. Time to take out the trash. Excuse me?
Trash.
Clock's back is good. 9:30 start, much better.
Cool.
No, it's 9:45. Get out. I'm not that late. I got to do my hair, guys. You know it takes time. Okay. And Lukagi's in the house. Lukagi sent me an awesome picture on Instagram before.
I'll put him down.
I'll share it later. That's exactly what I do. It makes sense. Francisco, what's up, brother? Thanks for being here. The last episodes went crazy. Yes, they did. And I've been down some rabbit holes, enjoying, loving, finding out about the Easter eggs. There's so many Easter eggs that I had no idea when I was watching it. When I go back, watch these other people who talk about the Easter eggs, I love it. It shows a lot of care and thought going in by the team.
Welcome.
Butch is in the house. Gentlemen, Butch Timely. Thanks for being here, brother. Let's do it, guys. Okay, let's do it. Everyone's here. If you're here and you have a message in the chat, throw something in there. Let us know you're here. Anthony, episode 4, we kick off, and Ravonna is finding out about how she was double-crossed by Kang. I love how they film this. I think that looks awesome, getting to watch it like that. Do you want to start off by just giving your thoughts? Did you rewatch it, or is it still fresh in your mind?
I just skimmed through it, I guess, and it was a very quick skim. But we already knew this was going to happen, right? So that wasn't new. It was good to see it, but it wasn't new.
Yeah, so she had I think we're talking about her having the tempad, right? So I'm pretty sure she did have the tempad because that's how Miss Minutes was still able to be there. Remember we were talking about
I'm not sure about
Yeah,
that
that's
though. I, because
remember my
it
memory?
would
I
be
think
weird.
because she comes back, she leaves here on her own accord, so she has to have a temp pad.
Hmm.
She's bouncing around on her own at this point in the show.
I don't know where she is to be honest. Was she here with at the end of time where she saw him dead? Was it here?
Yes, yes, this is in that room. So this picks up as episode 3 ends,
Yeah.
and she is there with Miss Minutes. Because we were theorying at the end of the look, guys. I have a
Yeah.
fantastic memory. At the end of episode 3, we were going over um, how did they get there? Like how they're going to get out of there? How's a Miss Minutes
Yeah.
alive? Sorry, if there's no temp pad. So um, we find out a little bit about the story that she helped with the multiversal war. I think that's it. That's important. And then she
Yeah.
gets her memory wiped. Then we move on to the boys. Now, I wanted to talk to you about this because I know you don't necessarily watch some of those shows that I watch, but they brought up a theory here about, um, what comes first. It's like the chicken and the egg between these two. And I kind of thought that was really interesting in how that's playing as a theme throughout the show.
Yeah.
If Victor wrote the book to give to him to write the manual, but it's his book that's given to Victor,
Yeah.
it's crazy. What do you think about that? Are you following any of that with the show so far? Have you been interested in that? And how they're playing with
Um.
those theories?
Yes and no. I kind of accepted that it's accumulation of the work they both did. And it's like this bootstrap theory, right? Or bootstrap paradox.
Mm,
Um, where like an event changes the past and then it changes back. So I just accepted that it's both their cumulative works.
mm. Because it seems like, yeah, I think I've just saw Often's, and I'll go to yours, Francisco's, in a second. Because I know I'm skipping a few here. Snake eating its tail, Ouroboros, yes. Um, that's a big theme in the show, it seems to be. And I wonder if that's going to pay off more with what Loki's story is, because I think it's shaping up to be, we're going to find out something pretty awesome about Loki. Correct me if I'm wrong. Um, I've been down a couple rabbit holes. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Anthony Skim.
Don't scream.
Skin and Ender. I remembered something. Time slipping. I've been time slipping myself
Time
often.
slipping. I think it's
Yeah, I'm confusing
strong.
myself here.
I think it's
Yeah.
strong.
But I don't know. Like, there's a few guys I watch, like Heavy Spoilers and a few others. I always enjoy their takes. Everything Always is another one in their takes of like all the Easter eggs and things that they see in the show that they see people have like slipped in that refer to comics or whatever.
Hmm.
And they all keep talking about the theme of Ouroboros and the snake eating its tail and what it might have in regards to the impact of the story. So I'm finding it kind of like at the level almost that Moon Knight was doing when it was hiding, you know, lots of different things throughout the show, even down to the color scheme of the show, which we've talked about before.
Yeah, I don't feel it's the same level that Movie Night had, to be honest. But I did like that this room. Well, no, Ouroboros' room really reminds me of this room, the structure of it, with like the
Yes.
round center and two
Hmm.
things on the side, and then the yeah, it
Yeah.
reminded me of that.
Um, in this last episode, yeah, for sure. Because I think it's we're going to get to it, but I think it's the start of the TVA, that other room, and that's why it
Yeah,
represents it
yeah,
like
yeah,
that. I think it's the start. His TVA. Just going back to Francisco's, she had the tempad. If Sylvie just used her powers on her or took the tempad from her, some problems would be avoided. Yeah, well,
definitely.
that's it's cool how how things play out like that, and that's revisited in this episode too when Loki prunes himself.
Yeah,
Yeah, so okay, getting
yeah,
past
that
that.
is what Ouroboros means.
Yeah. I guess the paradox depends on if he who remains tell the truth about being from 31st century and not from the past. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Or
I
it,
don't think he said he was from the 31st century. I think he said the first one from the 31st century did find out, and then others did.
mm,
And one found out about Alioth, and then he harnessed the power of Alioth. So I don't know if exactly
mm,
he is from the 31st century,
mm, for
but
sure.
I kind of feel that he is telling the truth.
I think so.
And I think Loki also believes, he is telling the truth, which is also why I'm kind of annoyed with Sylvie. So I mainly rewatched back episode 8 of season 1, just
Mm-hmm.
to see everything that he remains explains. And
Mm-hmm.
I found out that I'm really, really annoyed with how Sylvie is this whole season,
Mm-hmm.
um, because she doesn't change at all. And I know the show is kind of supposed to be around Loki changing and Sylvie not changing,
Mm-hmm.
um, but she doesn't change at all for the whole first season up until now, and only when she sees the chaos evolve, of reality just untangling,
Mm.
then all of a sudden she changes. It's not
She's
like
got
in
no option.
yeah. So and that kind of sucks for me because I would have I would have hoped that their time on Lamentis would have changed them both. Do you remember when they were both on Lamentis and they were
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
holding hands and in love? I would
Yeah.
have liked them both changing at that point,
Mm.
or the love that they both shared changing them both, and they just starting to evolve. But Sylvie didn't at all, and I just think that sucks. Um,
Mm.
I've been annoyed by that.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that. She's been pretty stubborn this
Yeah,
season. Um, I think we're going to see a change now for
yeah.
this last episode.
Well,
Whatever's
she
going to
better.
happen, I think yeah. I think definitely. Um,
Her arc is
I think
trash.
her arc is probably not the strongest, but I tell you what, some of the others bloody are. I tell you.
Yeah, true.
Um, often says I've stopped watching those YouTube channels because it creates hype and you set yourself up for disappointment. Well, this is where I'll say often. What I take away from those shows is I love the other stuff, the Easter eggs about like things in the background or maybe the history. Like in season 5, the book they talk. One guy talks about the book that um, OB wrote and how it talks about the celestial and something to refer to something in the comics, like little Easter eggs like that that you're not going to know unless either you freaking deep cuts or you watch someone who does know stuff like that. I like that,
Yeah.
not stuff that's predicting outcomes of storylines because we all
I
know
kind
we
of
don't know.
agree with Arvin. I like theorizing over here, but it kind of
Mm,
has to have like some basis of something you see and information that the show gives you to predict
mm,
something or to say something. And I
mm.
feel in those shows they kind of reach a lot. Um,
They definitely reach for sure,
yeah,
especially with
and
story
and
outcomes.
it kind of annoys me. So I stopped watching those.
Mm. No, I'm the opposite of you guys. I love that shit. I love it. What was Sylvie's plan? She knew they can just leave the Citadel.
Yeah, that was weird.
Uh, she do you think she knew? Maybe, maybe not. Sylvia's hero in this season. I wouldn't go that far. We were in a branch timeline. Anthony's talking about love. Yeah. Stranger things have happened. Uh, often, Sylvie just planned to listen to records and eat free nuggets, bro. She just wanted to chill, bro. She just wanted to chill. That scene was
It's such a
amazing.
stupid arc.
Uh,
It's a stupid arc.
like in She-Hulk, where Deadpool
No, I think
wasn't in the background, it was
Deadpool
in the foreground. Foreground.
Deadpool is
In the
going to
foreground.
come in the last episode, right, John?
He could definitely show up in this one. Definitely. Definitely in the
He had the
finale.
time watch, right? So
Yeah. Yeah. He could time slap. That is a vibe, to be fair. It is a vibe. Okay, so back to episode 4. We're getting off track. Way off track. I thought the moment of them meeting was really cool, and I'm still impressed with Jonathan Major's portrayal of this character. I
yeah,
just love
yeah,
how
yeah,
he talks, how he moves, everything again. He was really great in this
yeah.
episode, especially when they start working together. But this moment here, I've left the picture up there for so long because actually another moment in that was when they have a little bit of banter. Again, just those moments that build the show up for me was a fun scene, all between all these characters. That is definitely the ship, right? Or the thing that powers the ship in Ant-Man. Pretty sure.
I don't know, dude.
Or that's the
I don't
city.
know.
That those things look like the city in Ant-Man, like those things that raise up through the
That
city.
could be. It could be.
Someone tell me. Anyway, so they find out that he's got the prototype to this. Even the way he said prototype, like he had in the earlier episode, I thought was
Yeah.
hilarious. And then they start to work together and put their minds together to figure out how to fix it because I think that's going to be important for the finale because he's coming back. So I think that thing is still going to play a role. Skipping ahead a little bit here because we have less pictures. Just wanted to
Yeah.
touch on some of the moments that I thought were really good in episode 4 when Sylvie and Loki had this conversation. I thought this was a pretty great conversation for him, though, especially when she's like, "That sounds like a god," and Loki says, "We are gods," and walks out.
Hey, that
I
was
thought
cool. Yeah.
that was freaking cool. I
Yeah.
thought that was awesome because
So they
I,
they turned off the button that turns off the magic.
that's
So he
right.
can be a god again. He can be a god again.
He can be a
And it's
god again.
and it's easy for us to forget that he's a god. But I think
Mhm.
what was so cool about episode 1 from season 2 is that he got to use his powers. They've shown
Mm.
use of powers since the beginning of season 2 just to set up him actually having some more powers than the
OP
rest of the
power.
people of TVA. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Um, and which is definitely what I want to bring up when we get to episode 5, because I thought it was a great just episode building his power level up to
Yeah.
realizing he's a freaking baller.
Over 9,000.
Yeah. um, I thought this was kind of the moment where I feel like, bought into him that he's going to be the one who takes charge and like lead the way, be the leader. I felt like just the
Yeah.
way he
He's
said it. I don't know
burdened by
if I'm
glorious purpose.
this is the most glorious purpose of all. He is
Yeah.
destined. Butch, I know you would have been loving this scene. I thought this scene was great. Anyway, we'll skip ahead. Da, 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 da. This is where she comes back. This is savage.
It
This was
is.
savage, and I loved it. Completely destroyed the theory that this was old Sylvie, but that's okay.
Not even, not even. She still might be. That old
Anthony's holding
Sylvie.
on, guys. He's
That old
holding
Sylvie.
on.
We'll see in
He's
episode.
holding
We'll
on.
see in season 3. We'll find out in season 3.
Anthony's reaching. Anthony is fucking reaching. She's done, brother. She's done.
Pizza cutter. Yeah.
Oh, damn. This scene. I tell you what. You know what else, guys? I realized something. But before I tell you guys, I'll just read this. Does that mean the Infinity Stones are active again? Or
Why?
is it that a different system? I don't
When?
know about the
Why?
Infinity
How?
Stones. Yeah.
Because the Infinity Stones weren't active because they weren't in their universe. They're outside
Mm,
it because the TVA is outside of it.
outside the
I
universe.
think
Yes.
if you would take the stones to the specific universes they belong to, they would be just active again like they used to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This series, I think, is going to be very important to how the rest of the multiverse saga plays out for sure. And I think
Dude,
this finale are going to leave us hanging.
this series is important because now anything can happen again. As soon as
Mm-hmm.
time travel is involved, you can just change anything up and anything is possible again. It's just
Yep.
the same as with Ahsoka. With the
Yeah.
world between worlds, now you introduce. It's not time travel, but still. Now
Mhm.
everything is doable. You can bring anyone back from any universe for any purpose.
Yeah. And I think they're going to. They're definitely going
Probably.
to.
Yeah.
Kevin Feige just got a new role. He just got promoted to like full creative, so that he's back in full charge. So hopefully now moving forward, the stuff we're going to see, we're already seeing the changes by redoing Daredevil.
Dude.
I know you don't watch trailers. I know you
Yeah,
don't
I
watch
don't.
trailers,
I don't.
but
Don't
the
spoil it.
guys in the chat,
Don't
I'm not
spoil
going to
it.
spoil nothing.
Don't
I'm just
spoil
going
it,
to say
dude.
Echo looks amazing. It looks amazing. That's all you need to know.
Let your mic do its thing and don't spoil it.
How was that spoiling it? Come on. I watched that trailer like twice. I've already forgotten what happens. I'm still going in with fresh
Cool.
eyes, baby.
That's why I like
It's
you,
all
dude.
good.
That's why I like you. You can watch the trailer like 10 times and not know what's going on.
I watched the
I just
trailer right before and I'll still be surprised.
did I see it? Did I see that?
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Is the trailer out?
No, you're
Is
like,
the
that's in
trailer
the
out
trailer.
yet? Dude, is it out yet?
Jesus Christ.
Watched it 5 times.
Butch loves it. See, told you.
Cool.
Infinity Stones, fancy paperweights. That was hilarious. The power dampener. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool when they do that.
Limiter.
Francisco, I think. Oh, wait. Skipped you. Often says, he's talking to Lakagi.
Stop the spaghetti flying.
What's the next multiverse project? Well, the next one coming out is Captain Marvel, which is next week.
Oh, yeah, it's multiverse. Yeah.
Yeah, Captain Marvel. Then I think it's going to be Deadpool. Is it going to be a
So
long way? I think it might be a
So I
long
don't
wait
know because
between.
I don't watch trailers, so I
Can't
don't
remember.
know which direction that is going. I just know Hugh Grant's going. It's going to be
Hugh
Wolverine and
Jackman.
Deadpool. That's the only thing. Yeah, that's the only thing I
Yeah.
know. Other than that, I know shit
I
about
could be
trailers.
wrong. I could be wrong if it's Deadpool because I mean they're not even finished filming, so that'd be a long way off. But yeah, it's definitely Captain Marvel, and that's next week.
Cool.
See, Often's with me. Yeah, bro.
Damn,
Just the right vibe.
don't hype me up.
Look, it's MA, bro. It's MA, and the trailer shows you stuff that you would never think would be on Disney Plus.
Oh,
That's what's
dude.
up. Yeah,
Dude.
it's a vibe.
You know what I
if they
think
pull
they should
this
do?
off,
They could just
epic.
fix everything just by having a black label. Just Marvel black label. Just put Deadpool in there, the Thunderbolts in there, Midnight Suns in there, Moon
Yeah,
Knight in there. We'll fix
yeah.
everything.
I think Thunderbolts might get cancelled. There's a report going around that they might scrap it now
Oh, why?
and scrap it because they're rearranging everything from the sounds of some of these reports, as in cutting back to maybe 2 to 3 movies a year, maybe one show, like fully pulling back, redoing Daredevil. What else was I think possibly getting cut? Wonder Man got cut. That was something that got announced and then got cut. Thor 5's coming though. They've agreed on 4-5, so that's
Okay.
happening. Someone was trying to say that Sam Hargrave, the director of the Extraction movies, would be a perfect person to slot in as the Thor 5 director, and I think
That
they
would be
may be
cool.
right because I
That
mean
would
he
be
was
cool.
Captain America's stunt double. He knows Marvel. He's been in it for
Dude, was he?
years. In Avengers, yeah,
Oh,
he was the stunt double for Steve Rogers,
for
Captain
America's
America in
ass.
Avengers,
He's just America's
for
ass.
America's ass. Yep.
Cool.
So he would be I think he'd be a perfect director. He's already friends with Chris Hemsworth. Bada bing, bada boom. That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Anyway, getting off track again.
Yeah.
This is Anthony.
Dude.
This is Anthony. That's you.
What do you take me for?
Enjoying the slaughter. Enjoying
Dude,
the slaughter.
I'm
Guys
not a
in the
sadistic
chat,
psychopath.
type a 1 in the chat if you think that's Anthony. Type a
Press
1 in the
F in
chat
the
if you
chat
think that's
if you think it's me.
This is Anthony's personality.
He's the roast.
Come
Just
on.
play Logan. Just play Logan walking away, explosion boom. Let's go.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's hot.
No, dude, if you have like a stoic Miss Minutes, that would be me. Just not phased.
Did I just play a video? I'm slipping. I don't know what's going on. Shout out to Often Studios. Oh, look at those ones. Butcher's thrown in a 1.
Dude, it's everyone throwing in a 1.
Woo! Okay,
Damn
that
it.
deserves another one. That deserves another one.
Yeah.
There we go. You know what we do.
Yeah, I'll see you next week. Bye.
This is epic, though. I love how villainous Miss Minutes became. She's such a villain. Legit.
Yeah, I would have liked to see more,
Misposing.
though. Do you think, misposing, do you think, though, that they've shown monstrous Miss Minutes earlier in 18, what was it, 1865 or something? Just to show that she has that possibility, and they'll do it in episode 8 again? Because we haven't seen her in 5, right?
No, because she essentially gets killed. They kill her off, remember, when they reboot
No, they
the
reset her.
system.
It's a reboot. It's not
Ah.
she's not killed, right? She'll be able to start up again.
Oh, shit.
With
I
a
actually hadn't thought
vengeance.
about that. Oh, well, that would be epic
It's a
because
revenge
I quite,
story.
yeah, I quite like the villainous nature of her.
Yeah.
I don't know though.
She's
I
John
don't know
Wick.
if we.
It's John Wick 5. She's John Wick 5. She'll have like an immense body count. And she'll use pencils and horses and nunchucks, you know.
Oh man, when she says "You'll never be him," I loved that. I thought that was freaking epic.
Yeah.
Let me just quickly. I missed a couple chats here by Francisco. Sorry, in Lakagi. I didn't expect anything from Echo, but dude, yeah, bro. look, I would almost. It's not out until January. The whole season's coming out in once, so I don't know how the hell we're going to cover that
Yeah,
unless we just go. I don't know.
we'll do it. We can do it.
It's only 5 episodes, so it shouldn't be that hard.
Oh, it isn't. It isn't.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, when I mentioned I had a good week, I didn't even mention Gen V. I'm really, really enjoying the hell out of Gen V.
Oh shit.
If you
Okay,
like the
I'll start
boys,
that this week.
just
Yeah,
check out Gen V. It's cool.
I'll start it this week. I've been meaning to start it. Now that we finished Billions.
Oh, Billions, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, we just finished it. Fantastic ending. They got to end the show the way they wanted. Couldn't be any better. 7 seasons of perfection. I'm still waiting for the new Blade movie. Well, the
Oh yeah,
Blade
when's that
movies,
out? With Mahershala
bro.
Ali, right?
Yeah. No, that's in all the reports that are coming out. He nearly left. He nearly quit the movie.
Dude,
I
why?
think there's a report that came out that he got like relegated to like the 4th lead, and it's a woman empowerment story with all these
Oh
moral
man, not
messages
again.
in
See,
there.
that's like the
Yeah,
problem with Disney. It's so corporate agenda driven instead of just giving us a
yeah.
badass character
But
and a cool
Kevin Feige's
story.
back in charge, and
Yeah,
they
that's
fired
good.
the writers, and they're rewriting it, and it's
Good,
changing. They
good,
fired the
good,
writers of
good, good.
Daredevil. They've brought in the showrunner from Punisher on Netflix as the showrunner for Daredevil now. So let's go.
Nice.
Feige's back, baby. All that behind the scenes stuff makes a fucking difference because when people are in charge that have agendas, you get what we've been getting. Even though I love a lot of it, it's still not as good as the original.
True.
So it'd be interesting to see.
True.
I'm still waiting for a Shang-Chi sequel. Well, Shang-Chi is the
Mm,
exception because that movie was one of my favorites.
that was cool.
He'll be back. He may make an appearance in Captain Marvel. You never know. The Rings. She made an appearance at the
Daredevil.
end of his
Oh,
movie.
cool. Well, I think Daredevil would make more sense, but yeah,
You reckon?
yeah.
Yeah.
see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Okay. So Gen Fair's fire, 6-hour stream easy. Yep.
Easy.
He's clocked back an hour. That's easy.
Dude, I'm
Easy math.
awake. Let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I think it's all cap. Kevin Feige is smarter than what these reports are saying.
I don't know.
It's all
man.
cap. Is that new slang? Look,
It's old slang. We've talked about this like a year
yeah.
ago.
Okay. No one told me.
You didn't get the
No one
memo.
told me. I didn't get the memo. Yeah, look, Kevin Feige will be back. He's bringing it back. Don't worry. It's all he said, she said. Yeah, look, and who knows if these
It
reports
is.
are even right? But the
Yeah.
facts of people getting fired and things changing seems pretty legit. Other than that, the
And
rest is
more and more leaks are also legit. So
yeah.
we hope.
So
We
anyway,
hope.
she kills off all these people. See you later. That's how you get rid of them. That
She
bit was
kills
done.
old Sylvie and her son.
Yep. No, he leaves. He leaves. Remember?
Oh yeah, true.
Because they use him later. So then we skip ahead. I thought this bit was a great payoff, him seeing himself and then
Yeah.
having to. This is the beginning of seeing him moving around doing shit, and I think which
Yeah.
is going to lead to him acquiring this new power.
Yeah.
I love it when he gets to Sylvan. He's like, "It'll all make sense. I promise." I thought that was so epic.
Dude, I loved it when in the next episode, you get to see Obi earlier and him explaining time slipping to Obi. Because when we first see Loki time slipping, Obi says, "Oh, time slipping," and he doesn't know why he knows it's time slipping. He
Yeah.
just knows it's time slipping, and it's just
Yeah.
Loki telling him before. I love that.
Yeah, that's so good. It's so true. It is so true. Oh man, so much to talk. I almost feel like unqualified to. I'm definitely unqualified to touch on the points that I'm thinking about when I'm watching these shows. I'm like, oh man, look at like on top of just how amazing these directors are and how they filmed just the camera work. Whoever the camera guys are, I need to find out these camera guys and see what else they've done because every scene is thought of. The camera's always moving, zooming in, zooming out, pulling in, pulling away, going side to side. Like it's even when he picks up the phone in this scene and the camera pulls all the way back in a way like you've never
You've
seen
seen Assembled,
behind
right?
the phone.
They go pretty deep into this in the making of Loki, the Assembled one, because they go into
Season 1, yeah.
what kind of an artist the director of camera is or director of
Yeah.
photography is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I think for me, easily the just encompassing how they filmed it, the colors, the lighting. It's the most thoughtful in that sense of many things that I've seen. I think just the whole vibe and feel to it
Yeah.
is just
Yeah, I love it
they've
how they
done such a
describe
great
it over
job.
there in the making of. They describe it that he paints with light. I like that.
Yeah, definitely. And even this scene exactly sells that story too.
Yeah.
Look at the lighting; it's amazing. But he prunes himself, which was I thought a great payoff. Again, told the
Ooh, that
story
hurts,
well.
doesn't
Then it does hurt. He doesn't look too happy. They take Brad just kind of got used. He's
Say
done.
hi to
He was
Elias.
used
Yeah.
after that. Yeah,
Tell Elias hi for me.
bro, she'll be back. If she was the leader of the
Yes.
multiverse war, I bet you Eliath knows her, and she's
She
going to
was
ride
like
him into
she
the
was like
last
Kang's
episode.
general, right?
Yeah. So she also, I mean, back at the start, this is where she learned that Kang betrayed her. So now she's coming after him because that does come into play in this episode
Yeah.
when they capture him, which is right before this. Sorry, and they start grilling. I love how he's like, "I'm glad you're all okay." Like it shows you how much of a swindler this Victor
He
Timely
is.
is. He'll do whatever
Yeah.
he needs to do to survive,
Yeah.
and fair play to him. Fair play to him. What's often saying? Yeah, she's going to come out with a laugh. Bo do it 100%. 100%. She's
Bo.
riding Goliath in. Do you think we'll see her in the finale? Because I think we will.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the end of her. Being that he's going back in time. Oh, is he going back to just after this moment, or is it before this moment?
Dude, I don't know.
Mm,
Probably before.
interesting. Probably before this moment, which is going to be cool because then this may all play out very differently.
Yeah.
Anyway, they get Victor. It's a big heroic moment. I was definitely shocked when this happened. Right? He runs out and just douche.
So initially, before this episode, I kind of thought when they said they needed the temporal aura of the one that created the TVA, I kind of thought that it would turn out to be Loki.
It will be.
Whose
Yeah, I think
aura
you're
they
right. It's
had,
going to be.
who created
It's going to be.
TVA, but it was him, obviously, because the door opened. So I guess it was him. But
Loki
who
never
just
walked down
felt-
there. No, Loki never walked down there.
No, I
That's the
mean
thing.
Victor Timely. So Victor
Oh, yeah.
Timely walked over there and then the doors opened, right? Or
Yes. You're right. You're right.
But this was kind of a surprise for me. I like them doing that.
Yeah. I tell you what, this show has really pushed the boundaries of leaving really great cliffhangers, and again
Mhm.
falling into that waiting for an episode per week. I feel like it's really built up the hype,
Yeah.
and the
True.
and just the feel of waiting a week to see what happens next.
Yeah.
In the way they've ended these episodes, because at the end of this, when this goes off, you're like, again, they've lost again. Like, what's going to
Yeah.
happen now? It's at this point. This is the last slide as well for episode 4.
Okay, cool.
Which basically is the start of episode 5 too. So it's kind of like that as well, where when we talk about the time slipping, and this is a point I want to bring up, and I'm going to bring in for reference. This is a theory spoken by, I think it was Heavy Spoilers and Thingo, that I want to bring up with you because it makes sense with me, just to see if you're on the same path with it. Is when he time slips, it seems to always be when there's no option other than you're going to die or time slip. I'm wondering, is that instinct? Is he instinctively time slipping, or is he being controlled by someone else? And that side of the theory comes in from those guys on their show. Whereas I think him time slipping is his instincts going off, and it's him powering up and maybe realizing a new superpower that he has, or just realizing one of his powers, which will be time slipping.
I don't think it's the first, and I think it's the second half. I think it's half of the second. So I kind of think it's sort of instinct in the next episode, because Obi mentions that it's he kind of in the subconscious, he just ends up where he needs to be all of the time when he's time slipping now. I don't think that was the case in the beginning though. But in the last episode, it definitely was.
Yes.
So he seemed to become more in control of his powers, and then he was just subconsciously able to do stuff, but he couldn't consciously do it. I don't think he was being controlled, to be honest. I just think that their theories about what triggers it were just off in the beginning, and then they found out it was the who, it wasn't the why, or the when, or the what.
Yeah, because he ends up everywhere he needs to be. So that was what made me think it was instinct, like he just instinctively knew where to find them.
Yeah,
Or
and the
is
thing about
someone
it,
making him go to those places? Or is that the failsafe
no.
program? That
Okay,
that that maybe
that's
the
another
failsafe
thing.
program.
That's another thing that fills it wrong. But that's not why he's time slipping. Um, I think he's just time slipping, subconsciously, or I mean
Mhm.
that he's subconsciously directing where he time slips to. Just like Obi says, it really
Mm.
doesn't make any sense if it's any other way because this is what they find out together, right?
Yeah.
Um, and
No, I think you're right.
it's also part of his arc. So that's why I watched the last episode of season one again because I
Mhm.
think he remains explains a lot of important stuff,
He
and I
does.
kind of think we don't need to doubt if he's lying or if he's telling the truth. I think he was telling the truth 100%
Mhm.
then. Um, um, because um, he said that he has seen the scenarios like a million times,
Mhm.
and he didn't know that it was two persons who would be the perfect person to run the TVA. But he said it's definitely you two. So he's really,
Mm.
really sure that Loki and Sylvie need to run the TVA.
Mhm.
But he says, but you need to change to um, end the quest.
Mhm.
So they both need to make a change in their personalities to be able to run the TVA.
Mhm.
So this could be, to answer your point about the failsafe, um, we kind of think now as a viewer that this is like reality falling apart and this is impending doom. But this could
Mhm.
just be the failsafe device to have both Loki and Sylvie complete their arc, so they're ready to run
Mm.
the
To
TVA.
change.
Yeah,
Mm.
and Loki explains that the problem is that Loki can't be trusted and Sylvie can't trust. We see the part of Sylvie not trusting up until the next episode. That doesn't change at
Mm.
all. Nothing happens. But we see Loki being trustworthy and not selfish anymore all through season one and season two, which I think is a very cool arc.
Very cool
Um,
arc.
and that's also why I think it's very cool that Obi and him find out that it's the Who, because he's trying to protect his friends now. So you see
Yes.
Loki evolving in his arc. So I think that's really well done.
That's one of the things you hit it on the head that was my favorite thing of this last episode was Loki's arc of kind of figuring out that who he's meant to be. And that who which I'm thinking like let me put this to you. I'm trying to gather my thoughts. The three timekeepers, the figures they had from the first season.
Hmm.
Do you think that is Loki, Sylvie, and Victor Timely? Do you think
Hmm.
that is to represent them? Because, and this is where I just want to add in. I know I keep bringing it up, but the whole color scheme of the TVA, right, being green and gold and all that, would not Loki's ego be in a way to have it colored in a way that is,
Dude,
representative of him, right? And if him becoming time slipping means, is he the person who is really he who? Could he possibly be the person who really is he who remains, who set that up for Timely and everything? That could be or could not, but I
yeah.
feel
So
like they could be the other two of the timekeepers.
could dude, it could be. But why then show three heads of King? But you're kind of right because,
Yeah.
yeah, he's probably going to become He Who Remains, right? Um,
Mhm.
and now with him consciously time slipping or gaining more control of him time slipping, he's like
Mm.
immensely powerful.
Mm.
It's almost ironic that he started out in Avengers 1 thinking that he would become all powerful when he was
Mm.
burdened with glorious purpose to take over Earth. But that was like
Yeah.
peanuts compared to what he's in for now,
L
right? He
yeah,
can
but
just
now
change
he's a
anything.
but now he's a good person.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And
yeah.
now and I think that's now he's ready to have that glorious purpose and not be a villain. We're missing a lot of chats here, so guys, we will catch up to your chats. But
Yeah,
I'm riding this vibe, right?
but to maybe but to end this,
Mm.
the power that he has at the moment is kind of the same as the power of the one above all, or the one that Loki is turning into the comics, like the god of stories. He's
Mm.
able to rewrite everything to its own will almost now.
Mm. Mm. I'm going to add to this one last thing. This is the stretch where these other guys from this show, I think, reach a little bit too far. But if you look at one of the heads that if you go back, I think it was in the credits. It shows it in the credits. Actually, of these shows show a little hints to Easter
Oh,
eggs and
dude,
things.
I haven't seen those a lot.
Yeah. I haven't been watching them properly, but it brought to my attention yesterday. I'm like,
Mhm.
shit, I'm missing things. They show one of the chopped off heads of the timekeepers, and they're theorizing that it looks to be a frost giant's head as one of the lizards. It's almost like a frost giant representatives, and that's what adds to the theory that maybe they are part of the timekeepers, which I thought was cool. But then also, if you look at, there's a logo. We don't have a picture that shows it, but if you watch the show, the logo in the TVA kind of looks like a dagger going through
Yeah.
something. And the theory is that Loki has dagger. So that's a bit of a stretch, but I like the fun of that it could be a subtle hint maybe. And because these guys are so detailed with how they're filming it, even with this shot here, just look how beautiful that is with the symmetry, the circles and the light. Man,
That's Captain
they've put a
America's
lot of
shield.
thought. It's
But,
Captain. Oh my God!
No, but you're kind of right though, right? Look, I haven't noticed like the green and the gold, but they are pretty consistent with that bootstrap paradox. So when something changes in the
Yeah.
future, which changes something in the past, then it becomes like the actual present, right? And we also know that he remains said in the ending of season 1 that there's only 2 options. One is just having the timeline completely exposed. Then another multiversal war comes, which will probably be Secret Wars, right? And then he just ends up there anyway.
Kang Dynasty.
Yeah,
That's
and then
first.
he'll just end up there anyway.
Yeah.
But he also said that him and Sylvia are perfect to run the TVA because that just needs to happen. So
Yep.
so yeah, with that bootstrap paradox, it might be him designing things.
Yeah.
And also including the green and the orange. I mean, the
'Cause
green and the gold.
the green and the orange, right? Because even if we look at this picture here, right, he finds the book again. I'm not even talking about the time slipping here, but he gives this book to Obi, just like He Who Remains had Renslayer give the book to Victor Timely. He's now doing the same thing by giving the book to this new Ouroboros, in hence them creating their own TVA or the branch line of the TVA. And I'm going to go one step further because this is pure speculation, obviously. But there is a report saying that Loki season 2 finale is going to play massively into what happens in the rest of the multiverse saga. So they're establishing that this is going to be a big deal for what happens in the probably Kang Dynasty and all that, which I think, going off this last episode, Loki assembling a team, becoming the leader, realizing kind of who he's meant to be type of thing, he could be the person who goes from place to place and assembles the new Avengers to take on Kang, possibly. And that's how a way they could use to bring back maybe other characters or things like that, which there are also rumors of trying to get Robert Downey Jr. back and things like
so
that.
that's what I said. Now that he can do things consciously, he can rewrite everything. And he remains already said there's going to be another multiversal war.
But I think Loki's going to be the one, the Nick Fury. He's the new Nick Fury.
Yeah, something like that. Or the new Valerie. What's she called again? Val,
yeah. And he'll be able to, because of his new power, he'll be able to go everywhere and do that type of thing.
Yeah.
Oh man, if they pay that off, holy moly.
And he's already doing it, kind of that, right, in this episode, collecting all the pens in the cup. I think it would just be a bigger cup.
Yeah, and he's why now, like in the acting in the bar scene where they're talking like all that stuff. He is such a phenomenal actor. If if any of you guys haven't seen it as well, go check out that other show I always talk about, The Night Manager. It's like a mini series, James Bond-esque type show with him in it. He's such a freaking great actor. He's really stepped up in my regard this season. This whole show is just freaking. I'm blown away by what they're doing. Let's just catch up real quick before we get more into this, because we've definitely got more to talk about with what happens in this episode.
Yeah.
A lot of people are putting in some cool stuff. So Francisco said maybe similar to America Chavez's power that activate to protect her, but in the end, he learns to use it. Could have been. I feel like like we're talking about the instincts,
Yeah.
and then he's figuring out how to control it for sure. Like you said, something like it's about something else, and he comes back to these stairs before Timely left. I can't remember what he said.
Let me read it
The
again.
fuck?
Loki said
What?
something
What?
like it's about something. It's about something else. And he comes back to these stairs before Timely left. I can't
I can't-
remember either, dude.
I can't remember.
I haven't rewatched 4 and 5. I just rewatched episode 8, so I can't remember either.
The first time he time slipped, did he go to someone he wanted to find? He time slipped at the start of
That was
the
episode
second
3?
episode.
Second
Was it episode 3 or 2? I think it was
Dude, I don't
episode
remember
2.
where he time slipped the first time. Did he time slip to Ouroboros?
I think he time slipped within the TVA. He time slipped. I think he definitely time
he
slipped
did,
within
he
the
did.
TVA. Oh no, he time slipped to the future when everything was destroyed.
Ah, yeah, that's
Right?
not a Who. That's not a Who.
Yeah, that's a
Or maybe
where,
it
I
is a
guess.
Who because he needed to know that the Who are in danger.
That's a great question, Francisco. I'm going to try and find that out later.
Yeah.
It's no, it's not. I think he's referring to what he said before. I think he said it's about who or something like that. Yeah, at the end he says it's. Oh, you're talking about the end of the episode. Yes, he goes. I figured it out. It's about who.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think he's talking about himself. That he has the power, right? I feel like he was talking about.
No. It's he talks about that it's not about the what and the why, right? The time slipping.
Oh, it's
It's
the
about
who.
who he needs to protect.
Yes. Okay. Yes, that's right. Okay. And then often said, yeah, something like that. Okay, yep. Lukagi's come in with a big one. Do you think Scarlet Witch is turning him into spaghetti and putting him back together for practice before she tries to hit on Mr. Fantastic? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, probably.
Holy crap, Iron Logos on fire. I'm on fire with the theories. Thanks, often. Boom. Everything will be back to regular Iron during next. Hang on.
Oh, that's hot.
Yeah, so now I'm sure Alphen is onto something. Because your mic isn't slipping either. I think something is happening.
You know what happened at Miller? You just made me think of something. Something different is happening. A kid at Miller's school the other day called me Andrew Tate because I had my beard. And then you're calling me Volkanovski. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
It's all variants.
She's a mom spaghetti. It is variants. Loki went
Mom
from
spaghetti.
illusionist to time god.
Yeah.
He's definitely time god.
Time God. He's weak balls
weak,
already.
arms are
Yeah. Mom spaghetti.
Miller can rap half of that song.
Cool.
Boom. See what I'm saying? We're getting
The
hyped.
things they learn at ISB nowadays.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. She can rap all of Mockingbird too, from start to finish, no music.
Cool.
She's a little rapper. See what yeah, look, it's not gonna disappoint. How dare you? These episodes ain't disappointing. Like it would be trash if it doesn't do what Gen V did in its finale.
Dude. If you know, you know. Yeah. Gen V is really good.
Yeah, I'll watch it for sure. I love The Boys, so I'll watch it. Has Loki gained a new superpower, allowing him to control his time slipping to travel along his own personal timeline at will? Yes, Butch. I think that's what we're seeing. We're seeing him. He's leveling up, Butch.
And to be honest, I don't even know if it's only his own personal timeline.
I don't know.
Probably.
That's the thing. Probably, but then again, really, I think he'd be more. I think he's going to be, if he's going to be the head of the TVA, I think it's going to be more than that. No, I don't think it could be more than that.
Imagine.
I'm so hyped for what they're doing with him. I feel like they're leaning into him as a actor and a character, and if he's going to have this type of role going forward, that's going to be epic. Not sure if he's the new Nuke Free, because it seems he wants to be with his friends in the TVA, but probably he command the TVA to help in Secret Wars. I think it's not going to be Secret Wars, guys. I think it's going to be Kang Dynasty. I think his arc is going to be very tied very tightly tied to
Yeah, but
Kang.
don't you think Kang Dynasty will be like the second Infinity War, with the good guys losing, and then Secret Wars will be like the solution versus the Kang Dynasty?
That would make sense. Yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense.
I think so.
Night Manager is good. Got Hugh Laurie too. Yeah, bro, it's a good
I
show.
need to see that. I'm looking at
I'm looking at
Definitely. Definitely.
I still not to watch Gen V. Yeah, I haven't seen either. Lakagi.
Yeah, I still need to see
Do
Invisible
it.
too. You're right. You're right. And what's the miniseries called again? From the boys. I think it's drawn, right? It's a cartoon, right?
I don't know.
Diabolical. I still need to see Diabolical because they said that the last episode of Diabolical is so good that it's become canon and like a step towards
Oh,
the boys season 3.
oh wow. Okay,
So I
damn,
need to check that out.
no idea. Okay, so this picture. Let's move on. So he's got the book now. And then look, what did you think about these effects? Because I thought they looked epic, just to
Yeah,
show
it looked
everything
cool.
slipping
But
away. It was a very cool.
I was just wondering, what is this? Is this like the cataclysmic chaos or other chaos in the comics that Kang predicted with the destruction of reality? Or is this like the failsafe just to push Loki and Sylvie through their arcs? Because I kind of think it's the latter.
Do you?
Yeah.
I was thinking when watching it that this was the end, everything ending, and that's why his instincts were kicking in, possibly due to the failsafe, like again pushing him on in a way.
Yeah, but then what
Right.
is the failsafe?
I feel like the failsafe was. I was looking at the failsafe as him time slipping, but I didn't think about it in the sense of this happening to make him time slip.
Yeah,
Does everything
because
have to blow up and end to push him to do that, or is it? I don't think it's an act because I don't think all these people dying is an act, right?
well, he who remains will do anything to get the correct results. Because
Yes.
he has seen every scenario, and he literally says you need to change. You need to make the adjustments, or you need to change as a person to be able to finish the quest or the purpose, or I don't know what he said literally, but it kind of meant that you need to change yourself to be able to fulfill your destiny. And a time save, a fail safe isn't a fail safe if it doesn't protect everything, right? So if this is not the fail safe, then we haven't seen the fail safe. So I'm kind of guessing this is the fail safe. And then you see
That could
Miss
make sense.
saying, "Thanks for your service."
Yeah.
So you know
Yes.
everything's going to go kabloom.
You know they definitely anticipated it for it though, for it to be
Yeah,
like that,
and
right?
he knew it. He has seen everything up until Sylvie kills him. So he's seen this as well.
But this is after she kills him. But I guess
No,
for
no,
another version of.
we see it after he kills him, but
Oh yeah.
that's the end of time. But this has happened already.
Oh yeah, true. My question is why Loki is the only one left in the TVA. Was because of the time slip? I think that's because everybody went back to their timelines. Because everyone is sent back to their timeline in this sense when
Yeah,
after
I
the
think so.
flash
Yeah,
they're all
so
gone.
I
I think
think the
that's why.
fun thing, or the thing that I was curious about, is that I think in season 1, when they pruned the timeline, it just stopped. In season 2, when they pruned things, you could still see like shards of those timelines just lingering around on the monitor. So if those are still lingering around, you would be able to go to those just shards, right? So maybe he just went to one of those shards where, you know.
Could be.
Yeah.
It could be. Did you not put the time theater? No, I didn't, mate. Did you want to bring up a point with that? Thought that would be a big part.
Can you look it up?
Well, let's bring it up. Hang on. A strange effect because objects disintegrate, but the cables appear to try to consume people. I don't know if they were trying to consume them. Oh, yeah, I guess they kind of do. It looks like it's coming toward. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
The time theater. So yeah, I remember he does come to the time theater. I can't share my screen. Remember, I don't have a camera.
Can can you just
It's
add
on
it?
my.
Because the producer often is calling for it. So we
Okay.
need to,
Okay. Well.
we need to give the producer what he wants.
Okay. Let me get
Yeah,
the.
right, okay.
I have to send the picture to myself. Hang on. So he goes back to the Time Theater. We can start talking about it, I guess, while I try to find the damn picture.
Yeah, I need the picture. I need visual cues.
Okay. I didn't know you were so visual, bro. So when he was time slipping, he time slips everywhere. He starts time slipping around everywhere. He actually, there it is. Yeah, okay. Okay, I literally have to save it on my phone, email it to myself, convert it to a PDF, and then I can upload it to StreamYard. It's a process, guys.
So the thing that's a bit weird is that you say you didn't know that I was that visual, but on the other hand, you think I miss minutes enjoying people, seeing people being splattered in a little orange
Hey, look.
box.
I don't know why you do what you do. You just do what you do.
You just do what you do.
You just do what you do, mate.
I didn't complete my look yet.
You did not.
I didn't.
Okay. Give me a second, guys. Let me
You
get
did
this
not.
picture for you. So when he was time slipping, then he was going between Mobius's world, B15's world.
Yeah.
He went to
Moby.
OB. He went to Alcatraz for Casey. Who would have thought Casey was such a thug?
Casey's Frank. Casey's actually
Casey's Frank. Casey's actually Frank, and that apparently is a story of 3 people that tried to escape.
Yeah.
If I minimize my screen, can you guys still hear me and everything?
I don't know.
Let's see. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, just doing what we do with the picture. Often, what did you want to bring up about that picture? Why don't you kick it off in the chat, mate?
Just show it first.
Do it.
Maybe we can start.
Well, yeah, but I'm trying to kill time
There's
while
going to be a
I.
delay. Did you could twerk
Okay.
just to kill time? Drop some bars, just to kill some time.
Do you want me to drop bars? You don't want me to drop bars.
Hey,
Y'all still ain't ready for
You've been
this.
holding out.
Y'all still ain't ready for this. Okay. One day, me and Mila will do a rap together as a family and just
let's
shock everybody.
family rap.
Yeah.
Volkanovski rap.
Volkanovski rap. Okay, here we go. Let me load it in, guys. Thank you for being so patient. Boom. Boom.
You could have even soloed your Loki. That would have been fun.
Then you'd see my bold noggin. We don't need that.
Dude, you didn't shave it for nothing, right?
I didn't shave it for nothing.
It's for the show.
Of course, the picture didn't work. Of course it didn't. Of course it didn't, because we're live. Of course it didn't. Let me just try again. Freaking hell! You better have something important to say about this picture, often. I swear to God.
I swear to God. And then he just says, "Yeah, I just like the colors."
Freaking hell!
I just like the colors.
I didn't have a point. Oh my God!
Dude. I didn't have a point.
No, it's too late now. It's too late. We're going to do it. I'm going to add it, and we're
Better
going to
make a
wait for
point.
it. And you're going to wait for this picture. Here, look at this look at this while I try to fix it.
Yeah.
Watch this. You know what we do. We're back.
Yeah, let me see that. Let me see that slide, dude.
No, it's still not working. It's failed 3 times.
That better be
I've
one
tried
hell of a
4
slide.
times. It better be a freaking no. It will. Everybody in the chat, you can thank Often for this, because I'm going to punish you with it now. There you go. Okay. He time slips
25.
here. Yeah.
25. That's
What's
Moses,
your
right?
point?
That's Mobius.
It's Mobius. No, this isn't Mobius. This is back to
Hey, but
the
it's also
first, the
this was
start.
episode 5, right? Which is pretty cool.
Season 2, episode
Season
5.
2, episode 5.
Oh shit! Often he came through with the goods.
He came through with
Uh,
the goods. Yeah. So wait.
uh,
So this is the first time he met Mobius. Was it in here? No, it
no.
wasn't in here, right? But they did talk. Oh, they talked about his arc. I think he saw Frigga
Yes.
die in this
Yes.
room. And this
His
is
dad
like
died.
the reason.
Odin.
Yeah, this was the reason
And
for his quick turn in 2 weeks.
mm. Don't
And
worry about
him
that. Yeah. Don't worry.
seeing about relations. So maybe that's kind of it.
Mm.
But it probably has to do with Mobius or a bit of his arc.
Yeah. And when you're saying you thought it'd be a big part, I guess that kind of makes sense. This is a new room. No, this is the room. Pretty sure this is the room. We need to go back and check that. Is that room number 25 in season 1 when he's watching it? That's the question.
We don't even know if we see the camera from this angle, right? Maybe it could be like from
No, we
where he's
do. They're
standing.
talking. No, we definitely do. I remember. We definitely see that angle.
No, it could be from the other side of the room.
No,
It
because
could
that's
be
the
from-
exit
Oh, do we see
in the
exit?
show. Yeah. He comes in and
Oh,
out of
okay,
it
okay,
at
okay.
one point. Mobius comes in after him. Yeah. Is it a new room number though? That's the question. Okay, good point. Often spot and dimes. We'll give you a Hawkeye for that. I'm gonna give you a Hawkeye for that. I think you earned that. Don't you think you earned that? No, it's too late. I can't find it. There you go. You know what we do.
And we think it's a new room just because of the number, right? Not because of anything else.
Yeah, probably just because of the
Okay.
number. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll have to
they
double check
probably
that.
knew.
Yeah.
Probably knew.
Or is the 2 and the 5 not really there in the show and it's just put there for us to see? That wouldn't make sense.
That would be so Miss Marvel.
Yeah, I think there's no room number 25 in season 1.
I don't think so either.
You sure? Okay, well now we've
Well,
got to figure that
we
out
would've-
because that could be a
We
big
would
part.
have
Is
seen
this a future
25,
thing?
right? I don't know. We don't know
If anyone
how
knows.
deliberate this is yet. Let's just say that he doesn't have any control at this moment, so maybe it's
Yeah.
nothing. Maybe it is. If it
Yeah,
is,
okay.
then it's the same room. I think if it has any meaning, it's the same room. If it's a new
Mm.
room, then I don't think it has any meaning yet.
Mm.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, good point. Okay, I'm definitely going to go back and check season 1 and see
Yeah.
if that
Yeah.
number is in that room. That's a good. Thank you, Often, for that. Okay, it was definitely worth it. Now I don't have a slide for it, but from here he goes on to start landing in areas where everybody is. Okay.
Yeah. All depends.
So all depends. He ends up at Frank's, and I didn't have this slide, so that's why I'm trying to bring it up, which is an Alcatraz. People are escaping from Alcatraz. I thought that was strange that was that they added that, like that Casey was from there, and then to find out that that's actually based on 3 people who escaped or whatever, and like a real thing, and the guy's name was Frank. I'm like, why did they add that? I wonder what if that has a reference to anything, or is it just some fun little Easter egg stuff? Kind of strange to see where he was at. Very strange. But then he ends up a few times here, and we get this awesome little transition, which I'll play again. Like that. I love that stuff though, because that's very artistic. Getting him to copy that, I think it's very an artistic way to, again, just do something different. Yeah, he loves it. See, he loves it. Just saying, the jet ski's green. The customer's shirt's green. Mobius has got green glasses on and green all over him. Everything is green, baby. It's all to do with Loki. It's all green.
Dude,
Everything's
that's
green.
reaching, dude.
It's not reaching.
Dude,
Why is it all green? Why would it be green jet ski?
I would go with you with the TVA being Loki's design. Therefore, there's green. This is just reaching. This is his own world.
No, I think this isn't by design for him. I think this is more the artistic choice of just adding so much green into the show. This is for me is like as a team making the movie, they're like, we want lots of green themes through everything. I feel like that it's that type of choice.
I just I've just seen now that this is a branch timeline, so this is already something happened.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
Yeah,
notice
this is the
before.
past. This
No,
is
it's
the
not.
past. Yeah,
It's
they're
not
all.
only that it's in the past. Something has already happened
What do you mean?
because it's branched.
Oh yeah. It's a branch. They're all branch timelines. Well, it's branched because they all went back to their timelines, I guess, with their memories
Or
wiped.
or this is um yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I think it's all branch timelines because they got sent there because of the explosion. So obviously that would create a new branch. Look, here's another theory. What if, because Sylvie remembers everything, what if
Hmm.
Sylvie wiped everybody's memories so they could have their normal lives to try and stop Loki from having the TVA? She can wipe minds.
But we don't know
Do you-
if we don't know when this actually is. We know it's 2022. We don't know if this is like because of the, let's call it the failsafe, um,
yeah,
or if this already existed. But because
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
branched, let's say this is the failsafe.
Yeah, I think this is the failsafe. I think this is the exact people from that were with him that have ended back up on their timeline, and that's why he's come to them
Could
directly,
be,
and that's why it's a branch timeline.
could
It's
be.
not their person from the past. It's the Mobius that he knows with his memory wiped for all of them in these different places. That's what I think
Yeah,
it
that could
is,
be.
and that's
Could
their
be.
temporal aura that he's collecting.
Yeah,
That's
that could
is
be.
the exact his exact friends, not just another version of them. That's what I think it is anyway.
Yeah,
What do you guys think in the chat? Do you think these are the exact people that were with him? They got sent to these branch timelines and that's why it's branched and that's why he's finding them specifically? His instincts are, taking him
yeah.
there
So, or is
specifically?
this where they were before they came to the TVA, which is also a
Mm,
possibility.
yeah. I think that's less of a possibility though. I'm feeling
Yeah, I
pretty
think so
firm
as
on this
well.
one.
I think so
I'm
as
feeling
well.
pretty strong.
Yeah,
I'm feeling strong on this one.
he's strong the
Oh,
force this
just going
week.
back to this. Butch said, "Love the soundtrack." John had me. This is actually Anthony's. Anthony made that intro, Butch. So shout out to Anthony for
Oh,
the
the
beat.
intro. Thanks, dude.
Hmm. Okay, what are these guys saying? Also, probably represents Loki not being in control of his time slipping, like the tube man can't control how it waves. Could be, yeah, it could be a bit of that too.
Or maybe the
Uh,
tube man can control how he weighs.
maybe the tube
It's
man is
all
he who
deliberate.
remains.
The
Maybe
tube
the
man has
tube
seen
man,
all possibilities, and this is the only way it should go.
he's the watcher. Uh, episode 5 is Mendeering. Episode could have ended with the scene he discovers he can time slip and be. Yeah, but no, often. This is where I'm going to disagree with you, sir. We got so much character development in this. Don't you want to learn about their past, or where they are? Maybe not their past. Don't you want to see Loki go through that journey? I think this was the perfect way to continue the story. Otherwise, what else are you going to do? Like, what else is he going to be doing? This is him
Yeah, so
assembling a team, becoming the leader.
dude, I kind of agree and not agree. When I
Because
look
then we
at
can say that
episode,
about everything. Why watch
dude,
Infinity War? Just go to the fucking snap. Like, you got to get there. You got to get to the story, right?
now you're just saying stuff. Now you're just saying stuff to make us mad.
Well,
No, because
what's the point of any
look.
story then? Just cut to the action scenes. What
No,
are you
no,
talking about?
no. Justice for the fight. No. So I'm kind of there, I'm kind of not there. When I just look at what happens in the episode, it's not really that much, but
I
also it's
disagree.
kind of necessary for the story. So I'm kind of in between, which
I think
also
it's
makes it hard
completely
for me to
necessary.
rate. I kind of,
Come on,
yeah,
we're
it
fighting on
is.
this one, guys. I'm telling
No,
you.
dude,
Butch,
I
back
think
me
it's,
up.
I think it is necessary. Um, but when I look at what the episode does, I don't think it does as much as episode 1 did, but or 8 did, or and I kind of don't like Sylvie in this season, so that's also a thing.
Mm, yeah. I don't care about it in this season, or I'm all in for Loki, to be honest, and the team. Like him and
Yeah.
Mobius, like she's doing what she's doing this season. That's fine. I think the focus this season is definitely more on Loki, which is
Mhm.
great, and the team of what will be the new TVA. I think she'll play a part. She'll definitely play more of a part at the end. But I think this episode was completely necessary for us to get those emotional beats from Loki, for him to go through this and experience what this is. I think you could have easily just skipped all this and not had. I mean, I don't know. I think this was
No, look,
one of my
if he
favorite
just
episodes.
if you went to OB and OB just had written the book, and the book explains that the who is more important than the why and the what, then we would have the same ending.
Hmm. Yeah, but that's same about any story, right? Like, I
No.
enjoy seeing him rescue these guys, or go through trying to get them back. Like, I don't need it to drive the overall arching storyline more when it's giving me more character and more emotion and connection to these characters, learning a little
Well,
bit
that's
more
kind of
about.
the point, right? That's kind of the point. It all depends on what you like about a series.
Yeah.
Because you literally said like I don't need it to push the overarching story forward.
Mm,
And that's kind of what you want, I think, in an episode, unless you really love character building and seeing the dynamics between people.
mm.
And then it's fine.
Because I would argue the more you care about the characters, when the arc of the overall story pushes for more, you care more about them, but you also understand more about why they're doing the things they're doing. And I think we get
That's
that in this episode.
that's true, but I don't care more about Loki after episode 5 and 4. I
Mm,
just cared for him a lot. I, that didn't grow,
in
you know?
general.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think I got more excited for what his potential is now. I
Yeah,
think,
but that would
like,
also be the same if Obi just said it's more about the so the searching
yeah.
for it. Um yeah.
I
Well,
guess I like the searching, like I like him going through that
yeah.
journey and experiencing the dread of losing everything. For me, that gives his motives more depth now when he's going to make whatever decisions he makes. Like, I feel like he had to. I feel like we went on the journey, kind of like him watching the video of his life. We got to go through him figuring this moment out that he had to figure out. Like, he literally has to solve a problem. Um, when he's losing everything. I just love that moment of like losing everything, but he figures it out and fucking in the last minute. I love that
I did
shit.
I would love that um for me they could have replicated Gang's arc, which we didn't see. So like I
Mm,
said, Kang
I'll come back to that.
explained, or he remains explained, that you need to change yourself just to be able to end the mission. So it would have been
Mm,
cool if in episode 4, Obi would have told them that it's about the Who, or that he was trying to save everyone, as in a what and a why, and it didn't work, and then he tried again, and it didn't work,
mm,
and he tried again, and it didn't work, until he found out that it's about the Who. That would have been like a better arc or story for me. I
mm,
enjoyed this, but that would have been better for me.
mm. Whereas here, I like, if I cut back to moments like this whole moment where he's walking around figuring out this, the way they tell the story and how they film it and the time they take for him to, it's like this eeriness of him trying to figure out what's going on. Like, it's the way they also tell the journey of this. And that's why I enjoy these moments, because I like seeing them go through that process, as opposed to it just be a couple of words and then go on to the next thing. Like, I feel like they've extended the experience of dread and finding and trying to figure out what's going on. Whereas I feel like you lose the feeling of it if it's said to you in a couple of words and then it's
Mm-hmm.
almost forgotten about and you're moving on to something else. Like, this is experiencing the like breaking it down. I feel like a lot of the great shows like break the and extend moments out rather than rush through them. And I would argue that some shows who rush those moments and just flippantly go through emotional beats or how the characters get to where they make their decisions, those are the shows that feel more hollow, I think, and they don't do as well, especially in the last couple of things that they've done that haven't done that well. Anyway,
Anyway,
uh, we've got a lot of chats, guys, going off. I feel like we're behind. Let me just go back to that one.
show the chats.
Show the chats. Francisco says, your theory about Sylvie makes sense because otherwise there is no explanation for her being the only unaffected.
Yeah.
If she wiped their memories, maybe it could. I mean, maybe she did.
Yeah.
Maybe she
So
didn't.
I think the failsafe is pushing Loki and Loki, so Loki and Sylvie, forward in their arcs.
Hmm.
So that's why
Yeah.
they are. And I don't think it's completely true because I think we see Sylvie being affected when we focus on Loki.
Hmm.
But she's affected the
Yeah.
last when
And
she's in the record store, right? But I think it's
yeah.
just to push them through their arcs.
Yeah. I feel like Sylvie was that stubborn that she needed no other option. So
Yeah,
that for her, like where her whole world just evaporates, was her
yeah,
was the only thing that could push her to finally change. And that could be her arc. It's
yeah. And
strange
so,
because, like,
and I don't like when it's that staccato of an arc.
mm,
I would have liked it if it went more fluently, and if the love between Loki and Sylvie would make
mm,
things different. That would have made sense.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you think they're going to touch back on that love connection between them? Because I feel like
I
that's not been
don't
there this
know, but
season.
no, and they've made it so big, and it is kind of big, right? When you fall in love with
Yeah.
yourself, and it's so Loki also.
True that.
And it's
True
also
that.
like a yin and yang fitting together. So
Yeah.
they could have made that bigger for me.
It's strange because Loki treats them as the originals, even if he knows about variants and that his friends could be in the other places. No, I think
Yes, so,
he knows it's them, Francisco. I think he knows it's the original versions of them.
yeah,
That's
you
why I
say
think he was
no, but
totally thinking
your
of them.
theory is that it is them. We
Yeah,
know it. We don't know it yet, but I think it's
we
a
don't
cool
know. We don't know.
theory. Now that I see
Yeah,
that it's a branched
sorry. Yes,
timeline,
theory.
it's a cool theory.
Yeah, sorry. Yes. And Butch was loving your beats. Maybe Anthony should drop some bars. If it's a 12-episode
Oh,
season,
dude,
yes,
I
but
do the
6
beats and you
episodes?
drop the bars.
No way, bro. No, I think this was exactly what we needed. It depends what you want from the show. Do you want, like,
Sure.
what did you want this episode to be? Like, what do we want them to do? Like, I want to spend time with them.
So if you want John to cry, you just build the character and kill one.
Rundown is cancelled next week.
Run down his cancel
Sylvia's
next week.
Sylvia's wasted this season. She hasn't done anything. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's been less of it, definitely less of it. But I'm
yeah.
okay with it. Just a Mackie G. That's the life she wanted. Next
Yeah,
time,
that
like if you
sucks.
ever, that's what you sell someone who doesn't
Could
want to
have
work
been.
in one of those
They could
stores.
have cropped 4 and 5 into one episode.
No, I completely disagree with you
Like
guys
in
on
a
this.
short.
Wow.
They could do a short, and they called
No,
the short. They could have called it like 3.5, and then do a episode 4 and 5 and 6.
no way. No way. I completely disagree. He gathered all these variants and then they turned to Mum Spaghetti. And because it wasn't about
Ouroboros.
that.
It's
It was
Ouroboros.
about, one, him finding them was him getting their temporal aura together, which I think was to help him find out his true power. I think he needed them for that. I think that's what he needed them there for. But also, we get more of what their lives could have been, which is also
Okay,
more.
so in your defense, John.
Mm.
Now that you
No,
mentioned
but
him
they aren't
finding
the
his
variants.
power,
I think they're the actual people. Often, I think
yeah,
they're
yeah,
the
yeah.
actual
I
people.
think that's a cool. I think that's a good theory. But in your defense, now that you mention finding his power, look, he's become like a god of gods at this point. Like the god of stories. He can rewrite every. He's literally like the one above all now. If he controls his power, his time slipping.
Mm.
In hindsight, if he became that powerful in episode 6 and onwards, then a 15-minute episode 4 and 5 would have been really short for his power level to rise that much. So, in that sense, it kind of makes sense to draw this out as long as they did, to make him more powerful.
Well, because I think it's that he's realized what his true glorious purpose is. He wants his friends. Like I feel like it's the love for these people that he's. You got to remember, his whole arc was jealousy of his brother and wanting acceptance into his family. He's now finally found those people that he's with.
Yeah.
I don't discount that part, and his love for them and what he goes through, visiting them could be part of the safe, the fail safe, and maybe needing to get their temple aura together so he could visualize his actual power. But I think he needed to be in connection with them again, to then have the conversation with Sylvie, to realize, to get it out of him that he just wants them back, and it's his love for them. I think we needed to see all this to then get him to that point to do what he does. That's what my
So
theory is.
and that's where I differ, because I don't need to see that much to get him to this point. But in hindsight, if he would become like the most powerful creature ever, then we need to draw it out a bit,
That's
or
right.
it would seem like a new Mary Sue. Dude, no, because there's a rule of two. There's a rule of two. So first you have DS, because he only scores 1 or 2 out of 5s, and then
DS
you
already
have
told me he gave
me.
this 5 out of 5. Definitely, DS told me.
And so that's the rule of 2, and then there's you, so that's a rule of 2 again.
Oh, Jesus. Sylvie
Do
is
it.
Loki, and she seems to be very important variant to Loki.
Yeah. She's yin and yang, and she completes him into being like the god of stories.
And if they are to be the two that end up running maybe it's inevitable for them to be on this path to end up getting to the point where they are running the TVA together. The love connection between Loki and Sylvie appears to have ended when Loki went against what she wanted. Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What I want from the show is for the story to progress, not to go on side missions. But progressing to what?
Okay.
But that's what I mean. What's the story?
Dude.
This is the story of Loki. Like,
Okay,
we're
this
getting
all
to
makes
see
sense
him.
now. This all makes sense now. You're like a platinum player, right?
Yes.
So you do the sandbox game. You like being in the sandbox, just swinging around, doing side missions, getting points. That's not me, dude.
No.
I just want to go through the
Yeah,
story.
but then when we watch, but on the same flip side, when you watch things that don't have any of that and they don't have any deep connection to the characters, a lot of people don't like that stuff either.
I don't have time for tech bits,
Right.
stolen tech bits and points and
Piss
power-up
off.
skills. I just want the main story of Spidey. Dude.
Piss off. This is progressing the story because this is him. This is about him. The story doesn't have to be actual things that happen. It's about him, his personal journey. God damn it! I'm gonna lose it.
Oh, dude.
In fact, don't watch Billions, guys. You won't like it. If you don't like that stuff, you're not gonna like Billions. Don't freaking watch it. God damn it.
That's our most loved connection.
There's too much. There's
She's
too much
standing
character
between me
development
and what I
here.
want to
I
have.
can't watch it. That's how most love connection. I suppose that's true. Anyway, I'll give you a bit about the temporal aura. Loki's the new Brand the Broken. He has the best story. Fuck
Dude,
off.
Brand the Broken is useless compared to Loki. Did you watch Game of Thrones?
Yes. Movies has kids is irrelevant to the story. Casey is a criminal. Nothing happened. Because it wasn't about that. It was about Loki finding his friends and having them with him to help him figure out who he is and what he needs to do. Boom. Often, when I went for the show, the QR code that goes to the voucher, free McNugget. Oh, really? Is there what could be proven wrong? We'll cross the bridge. Yeah. Look, it'd be interesting to see how this last. It's got us. Look, it's got us talking, and any good TV or art form that gets us talking and arguing is good. We'll have to
2 out of 5.
The story they serve is the loom about how to blow up and trying to stop it. Yeah, and he needed to figure out how to control his time slipping to get there to be able to stop it. Boom, managed.
So I think, yeah, exactly, dude. So I kind of think that episode 6 will also involve us getting like the revelation that it's the failsafe that went off. So some time will be spent doing that, I think.
Yeah, and him using what he's learned to make it happen, like to stop it from happening. Yeah. And then I think that a part of the episode will be possibly setting up the TVA. I feel like there's going to be a lot of action at the start of the episode, and then the end of the episode is going to go that route.
Yeah, him and Sylvie will just be doing that, what He Who Remains already said.
Yes, and Lukagi's right. Spider-Man 2, the side missions actually go somewhere interesting. Well, most of them, bro. I've hardly done any of the story, but I've got so many powers because I do so many battles and side missions that I've just upgraded all my tech. I'm kicking ass and taking names. John in his head. It's way too early for this shit. Yeah, I'm still trying to wake up. Can finding the group to resolve the conflict be called a side quest? It's not like Mando season 3 where him and Bo were interrupted in the way to find the Mandalorians and the plot got like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we don't
Francisco's
talk
coming
about
back.
season 3. Season 3 was trash.
Yeah, but you had,
characters.
but he had to, and it also gives us what their lives would have been like. Remember, we kept saying, Mobius, don't you want to know what your life would have been like? And then we find out that his wife's gone and he's got kids. That's the life he had. Okay, next picture. We're stuck on this picture forever. Sorry, guys. Let's move this along.
Branch timeline.
The new TVA in the background. So he ends up with what's he call himself here? We'll just call him Moby. Whatever. Give him Moby. And I thought these moments of them talking about all this was really great in helping him figure out
I like this.
what he needed to do, which we've already touched on. This was great. This is like their meeting area. Being as we've covered a lot of that, I'll skip ahead. So he's got the team together and he's thinking about, what can they do? What else happened in this scene? I'm trying to remember.
Okay, so first he says, "Oh, we need together because it's our destiny to correct the timeline. It's going to be destroyed." And now he's like, no, I was lying. It's not true." And then Silver comes in. "Yeah, it is true."
Well, we're not there yet, are we? Hang on, let me see.
Oh,
this is before. No, this is where they're all hanging around, and he's like, "There's one person left, and he needs to go find Sylvie." So he goes find Sylvie, and then because I think she made him second guess himself that he is selfish like that, right?
Yeah, she did.
At this point, he doesn't.
I don't like that part, to be honest.
Yeah, because she's stubborn. She's definitely stubborn, for sure.
I would like the main character to progress in his arc and not second guess that much all of the time. Be thrown off that easily.
I think it. I feel like, yeah, I could see him doing that though, because he does feel like even back in the episode where Brad was calling him a villain, I still feel like he second guesses himself a little bit. I'm okay with that, I guess. And maybe he thought he was only being selfish in wanting his friends there, as opposed to he's kind of sulking in a way, I guess. Like he took his lashing, he was sulking. That's what it felt like. Good point. She's a mirror. They are the same person. Would you agree? Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know what you mean with that she's a mirror. Because if she is, she's like a faulty mirror, right? Because she's having him second guess himself in the wrong way.
Yes, I think so. Or is it exactly what he needed? No, that doesn't make sense.
Well, definitely. Well, it is what he needs apparently, because he remains says that it needs to be these two. He didn't expect it, but it needs to be these two. So apparently it's what he needs, but I don't know why. Because the arc says that he needs to be less selfless and be more trustworthy.
Less selfish. Yeah. Yeah, she made him seem like he was being selfish. I would actually say that she is kind of right that he's being selfish because he wants his friends back. And that's a selfish act to take them out of their... Well, if you don't know...
Look, I kind of felt that the whole point was that he was trying to not get the universe blown up. So that's what annoyed me about this episode. That's it. So the universe is being blown up and he's trying to prevent it. And she's trying to make it about him wanting to have his friends while the universe is being blown up for them.
But I think I think that's right. But I also think at this point, she doesn't know that it's all disintegrating. If that makes sense. She doesn't know it's all... They don't know. I think they think it's free at this moment, right? Well, she thinks that because she went back to her timeline. Because it blew up and she went back and nothing happened. So I'm assuming that she they're theorizing that they don't know that it's not until she's in the record store that she realizes it's all falling away. I think she thinks that they succeeded. Does that make sense?
Yes, she
And that's
probably
why the
does, but
record store.
that's what really annoyed me.
Yeah, that is annoying. Happiness requires some selfishness, but Sylvie acts too much careless for what the situation
Yeah.
is. Yes, she does. I think
Yeah.
so. Loki warned her multiple times. He did.
Yeah, that kind of put me off.
Loki is a narcissist. It's always about him. Yeah, so it is selfish, and I think when he's back there second guessing himself, I think that's him taking that on. Like, oh yeah, maybe I am being selfish.
Yeah, so technically Loki is not a narcissist. They kind of say it, but it's not, because he wouldn't have second guessed himself like that.
That's true.
He would have just
That's
brushed
true.
it off.
He would be like,
in a
"I'm right.
second, dude.
I'm right." Well,
I don't know what
she
you're
she
talking
learned
about. I'm
here.
right.
Yeah. I thought this whole sequence was great. It looked fantastic with the way the guy ran to her from the counter, how they counted. I thought that was really cool how
Yeah,
they filmed
yeah.
that. Special effects were on point. But yeah, this is where she finally realizes, I think.
I miss
coming
her
on
in
to
her suit, though. I know it doesn't make sense for her to be in a suit, but like I said, I watched season 1, the ending again, and Sylvie looks so much more badass in her suit.
Yeah. Well, this hairstyle doesn't help either. This 80s hairstyle, like, come on
No,
now.
it doesn't help.
It doesn't help. It doesn't help. This whole moment I thought looked great too, and everything started vanishing again. Because this right here is the catalyst. Nowhere left to go, nowhere left to run. This is where he figures it out. And I feel like is this the failsafe needing to happen to get him to that point? He gets all his friends together to get the temporal aura. He goes and meets with himself, essentially meeting with Sylvie. She makes him really second guess it, whether he knows what he's doing, and maybe he needs to get, because he got emotional. Maybe he needed this scene here. He's acting here, how he's like so emotional about it. I think he needed to get to that point to tap into whatever it is, and I hope they explain that at some point. Because I thought,
well, they
that's
kind
what I
of do
thought.
when they said it's about the Who, because it's not literally
guess.
only the Who; it's about the connection, right? So
Yeah,
I
and he
think
goes
kind
back
of
what, a minute,
already
and he
explained.
goes back another minute. So he goes back like a couple minutes twice,
Yeah.
right? He goes back to before this moment where she's like, "There's nowhere to go," and he goes back in time again, and then I think that's where he realizes, okay, shit, this is where I make it happen. With the last picture, I think that's the last slide. To be fair, then just where he ends up with Obi is the last one.
Yeah.
Which is that one. So do you think he's going back to, because you just see him with Obi, I'm trying to get the picture up. I wonder how far back this is going to be. It obviously won't be as far back as just before it blew up. It has to be back a little bit, I think, to give him time.
Yeah, true. But now that he can control his time slip, it doesn't matter anymore where he goes back to, because he can go back and back and back and back a million times.
Yeah.
So even if he
I've got a
doesn't go
theory.
to the right place right away, he can just go earlier.
The picture's not working. Sorry. I think he could be the one that ends up walking out. Do you think he'll be the one that ends up walking out to shoot
probably,
the thing to the temporal loom?
He's like immortal at this point. So yeah.
So the thing won't affect him. Like, yeah, he won't get torn up.
I don't think they emphasized him being a god for nothing.
Yeah. He's definitely powered up. I've loved seeing his power progression, just how he's used his powers. Even Sylvie, when she turned Brad, it looked awesome. I thought it was really cool.
This goes to Alfred's point.
Then up there, but everyone being erased around Loki, but I guess it would be similar to, it'd be a similar ending.
Would be.
Yeah. But this got him emotionally to where he needed to be. God damn it.
This is Iron Logan revved up.
And that's it, guys. What do you guys think? Are we out of control? Are we completely wrong? What's Ren's got to say? Is he would be the one walking to the limb? Yeah. Okay,
And it'll be expanded with a Victor Timely device, and everything will be fine. Well, not everything, but balloon will be broadened and not blown up.
Yeah, he's going to save it. Come on now. I'm just trying to catch up on the chat, see where are we. The side could have been the home, blah, blah, blah. Not even reading that one. Skipping all of Often's comments.
We deny Mr. Producer.
He's in
Symbiote
timeout.
incoming.
Symbiote incoming. The end of
The end
episode
of
5
episode.
is episode.
Ouroboros. That's Ouroboros right there.
No. Yeah. Okay, fine. I know. Yep. Sell that. No, because the episode
wait,
4
what's
ending
What's that?
got him to time slip. And this episode, he figured out how to control it. Kang Dynasty maybe is going to be Loki and Kang fighting like Ultron and the Watcher in What If. That'd
No,
be
I don't-
interesting, though.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think he'll play a part, but I don't think he's going to be the
Yeah,
main
he will
hero.
be. He's going to be collecting pens.
I think literally now Loki is set up to be a Nick Fury-esque type character through
Yeah.
all
That makes sense.
movies and shows.
You can just
Yeah,
get it.
I think so.
Angry Logan.
He'll- no, this would be like,
Dude, I
I'm
can
like-
see often making like this video from Angry Birds with those red birds with like a text Angry Logan. What?
Do you think Victor, Ravonna, and Miss Minutes will be an important part of episode 6? I think they're going to play
so.
a part
Yeah.
because he's gone back in time, so they're going to be back in play. Wherever he's gone back to, they were alive probably then, and they'll be back in play.
Yeah, so they probably
sure.
want to like take over the TVA, and Loki and Sylvie will be able want to take over the TVA.
Yeah, they'll have
For
to
all
take him out.
spaghetti, always, for all
Yeah.
time, always.
Always. Yes. Well, that's it. 5 out of 5. Just what?
5 out of 5 pens. All right.
5 out of 5 pens. Look at
Yeah,
Loki.
so for
Come on.
me, I think 4 or 5. Look, it's hard to rate these because, in hindsight, it needs to be stretched out to make it more believable that his power level has grown this much, maybe. But when I came into this episode of the rundown, I thought I was going to rate it like 3.5 out of 5.
I
With
changed
these
your mind, didn't I?
episodes?
With my points.
Maybe even a 3. Yeah, maybe. I guess you did. I
Yeah,
guess
right.
you manipulated
Come
me,
on.
dude.
And manipulated. Look, I'm a
But I
salesman.
love the series, right? So, and if
Yeah.
they're needed for the series, then I'm fine with it. So I still love the series.
Boom. Budge.
5 out of
Budge.
5. Period.
5 out of 5. Period.
Team
Well,
Angry
look,
Logan.
it is. Look, if I would say, if you look at it from the sense of this whole episode was dedicated to Loki's journey of finding out who he needs to be, that's, I think, the mastery in how they did the episode. And I think
Yeah,
that's
true,
just as
true.
important as whatever action stuff we're going to get of the overall story happening. Because the overall story for me is more important when you take time to invest in a character's journey, an emotional journey, which is what this episode was, I think.
Mhm.
So either way, I'm excited for what they're going to do because just vibing off this whole series, for real. Absolutely vibing. And I didn't even talk about the camera angles this episode 5, which was also
You
very
didn't.
cool. I didn't.
Look, the
They
thing
did-
I'm most excited about is how they're going to weave in mutants. I think that's the thing I'm most excited for.
How they're going to do it, yeah. I'm just like, how long has it been since we've been super excited like this to see what's going to happen next? They've definitely kept us on our toes all season with how they've had the cliffhanger endings. They've really done a good job in telling the story and keeping you engaged, I think, of how they've done that weaving towards the end, which I think is going to be an event.
Well, they also already showed the Council of Kangs in Quantumania, I think, right? So they already spoiled what was going to happen.
Well,
Whoever
him coming,
Kang's
yeah.
gonna
So
be.
he's still going to come somehow, and that's the
Yeah.
question: could this all be Kang's plan? Maybe we're way off, and maybe this is exactly how Kang wanted it.
Well, he remains just sad, like there will be a multiversal war. And it's not how he wanted it. He wanted them to take over. But he said, just you can just kill me, and what bad can happen, right? There's only two options.
Mm,
So either
mm,
you take over TVA and everything works, or you
mm-hmm,
don't, and there'll be chaos. There'll be like multiversal war,
mm-hmm.
and you'll fix things again, and I'll be up here again. So I don't want it to happen this way, but it's also an option. What did you
That
say?
is
Two and
also
a
an
half what?
option.
Spaghetti code.
Spaghetti bowls. Spaghetti bowls, I think. Ren's
5 out of
loving it.
5.
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5
Nice,
for
nice, nice. 5 out
5
of
out of
5.
5 for
Oh,
Quiet.
Francisco's in the house.
Nice. That's
What's
that's
up,
that's great.
brother? Ren's 5 out of
Wow.
5. That's what I'm talking about.
Mid isn't a bad
It
thing.
isn't. uh,
Dude,
if it was
he's
bad, it'd be
fully
one.
immersed in the dark side now of me.
He is dark side. That time DS came on the show, infected off, and maybe he is symbiote. He's been symbiote ever since.
He is
He's
the
dedicated
disciple.
to.
DS means dark side. Now I know. Dark
It's
side
not
icons.
dedicated to useless side characters. They're there to furnish his journey of him finding out why he's doing what he's doing.
Woosah.
Woosah. What is this? I can't even see that. I'm
Pens.
that blind. Coffees, pens, coffees. Love it.
5 out of 5 pens.
Lakagi.
5
Lakagi
out of 5
always with the
cups.
creativity. He's a creative genius. You watch episode 6 is going to be 30 minutes. Don't do it to me. Don't do it to
30
me.
minutes.
Don't do it, bro. Man, my computer's freezing, so apologies, guys. It's taking forever to click on these
QR
slides.
code. Then it's 10 out of 5.
Man, can you show the picture? There we go. Unless my computer might be overheating. Okay, some of the chats aren't showing up for me. 10 out of 5. We'll just go with that. Often turned it off.
On off.
Into off, on off. Either way, I thought that was a fun discussion. Either way, it's fun to see. It's fun to theorize and have a discussion on why. That's what book clubs are about, discussing what we like and don't like. We're not all going to like the same stuff. So, end of the day, he's now venomized. It's all in good fun.
Often.
Either way, I can't wait to come back and argue with you guys next week. That's going to be fun. Anthony, what do you got going on the channel? What are you hitting us with? Another 85 pose session with someone
Dude.
else?
Yeah,
85 poses.
Okay, so I've been a bit busy, so I haven't had a lot of time to work on things. But what is still brewing is like the Star Wars project. Still, it just takes a lot of time. And the second one is the series where I'm going to the Collector's Mind.
Mhm.
I hope I'll be getting that up and running soon, dude. But it's
Awesome.
a bit busy at the moment at work.
Yeah, fair enough. This time of year as well, right? It doesn't help.
Yeah.
Everybody's probably getting busy coming into the Christmas season. It's so funny over here. There's already Christmas things out. It was out literally even when the Halloween stuff was out. I'm like, they just don't stop. It's out in full force. So it's going to be a busy time of year. I look forward to seeing these videos, though, sir. If you would like to put them on your channel, that would be great.
I will.
Did you want to bring up maybe after Loki? So we're going to have Captain Marvel. We'll probably do that in 2 weeks after the movie to give everybody time to see it if they're going to go see it.
Yeah.
Keeping in mind, some of our guys probably won't even see it because some of them don't watch.
Yeah. We're
all
going to do
movies.
it anyway. Yeah. So if you
Yeah.
guys aren't going to watch it, then we might just do 1 week.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Just let us know in the chat if you're going to watch the Marvels.
Yeah, let us know if you're going to watch it because we can decide.
Because we're
when
going to do it anyway. Right?
DS is in the house. Yeah, definitely. I want to do it for sure.
Yeah. You need
Missed the show, but I'll catch the rewatch. Thanks for being here, brother. Often is now your disciple. He's taken a dark
Side
turn.
Icons is a sensei.
Yeah. Now I know DS. You told me you already gave this last episode a 5 out of 5. So I'm not going to see that train
Train
wreck. DS already gave it 5 out of
surprise
5. Yeah, they'll surprise us. Don't worry, they will. Don't need to type anything else in the chat. DS has definitely gave it a 5 out of 5. Just leave it at that. How can I block his future comments? Oh, shit. Well, what's going on my channel? Just dropped the Black Panther on the shelf video. now I am working on my Iron Man display. So that is going to be probably
Yeah,
the next
cool.
video.
Yeah,
20
Black Panthers
figures.
look great, dude. You had
Oh,
that
thank you.
running pose of Black Panther. That was cool.
That was a fun one to do.
Yeah.
I feel I was a little conservative in that video, but I was trying to think of ways to display them in ways that I
Not
would be
conservative
wanting
enough,
to
dude.
leave them. You don't think so? Well, yeah, true. Jesus Christ, that was disappointing. See, look, he gave.
3 out of 5.
He's so happy. He's so happy. He gave a 5. Look, he's like happy, happy, happy. 5. I get what you're saying.
He's happy at its fire. Yeah.
Slushies all around. Slushies all around. I'm gonna say I won't watch it. I'm gonna say I
probably
won't watch
will.
it. Yeah, you will. Come on.
Marvels. Yeah.
Come on.
It's like a guilty pleasure.
Welcome to the dark side, often. Look, I don't want to ruin anything from the trailer for Anthony, but there was a little hint in there of somebody may showing up in Captain Marvel, so
Deadpool.
that's definitely something I'll be looking
Deadpool.
for. Not Deadpool. Not Deadpool. Not Deadpool. I'm not making
See,
that
that's
commitment.
why I don't watch trailers, because if there's actually going to be a cool cameo, I don't know about it yet. And that
Yeah.
might make the Marvels even better.
It might. It might. Good news is I'll forget. So by the time I'm watching it, it's all good,
Yeah.
baby. I can be hyped up to get me there, and
Dude,
then
that's so good.
I'll be watching and I'll be like, "Ah, yes."
Dude, you have like a new figure every day.
I do.
Just put it back in
do.
the box at the end of the day. And just open it up again.
Yeah. Yeah.
New figure.
Yeah, it sounds about right. What else? I'm going to be journeying to unboxing the Mark V and suiting him up this week. Finally, I'm putting him in the display. So I'm having a lot of fun with this Iron Man display. It's going to be my it's my Mona Lisa. It's going to be my Mona Lisa. I think that's what it's going to be. My piece of art that I try and create as a display on the shelf.
Dude, I can't imagine doing like a video or a display with all the Iron Mans.
Bro, it's fun. It's fun. I watched the Marvels on Fire Stick just to review it and call it trash. Damn.
We already have a conclusion. Too long didn't see. Trash. Oh, and we're going to alternate between channels, right? The stream somewhere, maybe in 2024.
Yes. No, I think we do it. I mean, we'll finish Loki next week. I say we do Captain Marvel on your channel. Boom.
Thanks, dude.
or if you want, we do Captain Marvel on mine and do Q&A on yours.
Oh, we could do that.
Or we just do both on yours and give mine a break.
Dude.
There you go. You can do both on yours. Boom.
We'll see.
That way I don't have to do anything. I can just show up. Let's do that. Let's do that both. Let's do both shows. Come say hello. Someone's in the house. She wants to come say hello to her favorite
ISB agent on deck.
ISB agent. Come on, don't be. Show your fans. Your friends at school. She shows her friends at school our video.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
I had one of the boys come up to him and he's like, "Can I have one of your hot toys?" He wants my miles. I'm like, you have to be good in school, and maybe he wants my miles.
Like,
no,
miles.
I want my miles. I can't give it away. Oh, look, see, Anthony, boom, from DS.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch the trailer because I don't watch trailers anymore. I want to be surprised by it.
Yeah.
It's like a little hand.
She loves that.
Yeah, it's like the leftovers.
No, let's do both. Look, Marvels could blow up. $1 billion, guys. It could be $1 billion movie. The first one was.
Blow up.
So it could blow up. You get so many views. Piss off. Try to be a nice guy. John, can I have one of your toys? If you be good in school. If you be good in school. Oh, shit. All right, let's do Miss Marvel on mine then, and we'll do the Q&A on yours. I don't want to dilute your channel with Miss Marvel content. I think it's going to be great, and I think Helen will be very disappointed in all of you, and she's going to hate that you guys are putting down Miss Marvel. So,
dude, I'm going to see it, and I actually enjoy watching all Marvel content, so I'll just enjoy it. Probably.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. It's a short one. Oh man. Well, boys and girls, I hope you all have a great week. I think we'll wrap it there. But I was good in school. You have to go back.
Reds wants that figure now.
Yeah. I'm hopeful for the Marvels. Yeah, I think
Dude,
it'll be.
if
I think it'll be-
If they end up giving us like blue Marvel, that would be so cool. Then everything is fine
Ooh.
again.
The push buttons. Sorry, someone's trying to push buttons. They'll be pushing things. We're live.
I would love it if you would see
Okay.
that hand and it just
Yeah.
snatches away at Loki.
No. How dare you? No, you're not often. He doesn't believe him. I'm hopeful. No, you're not. I don't think so. Well, guys, I think that's it. Let's do it. So we'll be back next week to finish Loki. Then we'll decide whether we're going to do Miss Marvel the week after or the week after that. If we're going to do the week after that, we'll do maybe Q&A on Anthony's channel the week after that.
Yeah, we'll see. Or we could just alternate the series we do after that. That could also be a thing. We'll see.
Yeah, of course.
But just
either or. Yeah.
Just make sure that you guys can find the channel. So
yes,
if we go on there, then we'll tell in advance, right? Like a week in advance.
Yes. We'll tell you a week in advance. We'll tell you next week. So whatever I think, maybe whatever. Why don't we just do it? Whatever we do next, we do on your channel after Loki. Cool. Or do you want to? Yeah, let's just do that.
Unless it's the Marvels, right?
Well, you can do it. I don't mind. Look,
yeah, we can do it.
I'll do it on mine.
We can do it. Okay.
Come on, it's extra content. Come on.
Let's.
It's extra content. Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Have a great week, and I look forward to chatting to you all about it next week. Subscribe to the channel. Yes, he's throwing the links in there. Boom. Make sure you hop on there.
Thanks.
Give Anthony a follow. If you aren't, then we're coming for you. The ISB agent will come after you. Give everybody a wave, Mila. Let's say goodbye. Everybody, thanks for coming. Have a great week. We'll catch you then.